Alright, I really have no script for this video. I don't even know what I'm gonna say. But this video is really gonna be like same as the last one. I did not know that May had 31 days. I thought it was 30, but it's actually June that has 30 days. So whatever. The thing is, I thought that yesterday I thought it would be June the next day. So yeah, now it will be, and you know what that means. We will be on half of the year, half of 2025 officially, and a lot of people, maybe including myself, cannot believe that we're already in half of the year. Like, it was so fast, right? But if you look back, if you look, like, for example, at your camera roll, you would see that a lot of things happened, a lot of time did happen, and those 6 months did pass, like no faster, no shorter. Like, there was still 24 hours in every single day. And there could be several interesting reasons why each way days after COVID, every single year after 2020 felt really fast, right? It could be social media, I don't know, but I say that it could be social media because you do forget the videos that you see, unless they're like really impactful and really important. You cannot remember fucking 2,000 videos that you scroll by 2-3 hours each and every single day. Like, that is simply not possible. You are going to forget that time, and you are going to lose that time. And I heard I saw a video that went something along the lines of, if you do the same thing you've always done today, you will never remember this day for the rest of your life. And that is really true. Today I did something that I will remember for the rest of my life. I went on a third date with my girl. We're not officially boyfriend and girlfriend, but you know, it was great. I went to basically my sister's birthday. What that was celebrated in a club. It's called the Spanish Center, but in Spanish, obviously, here in Santiago, Dominican Republic, and it was great. We had some time for ourselves, and it was cool. Like, I'm never gonna forget that because it was memorable. Like, what can I say? It was a really good time. I even watched a football game with other people for the first time ever, in a really big screen in like a cool area, and yeah, like I said, I'm never gonna forget that. It was a great time. I had a great time. It was a great moment, and yeah, the thing is, even when I was in that date with my girl, and I was alone, I was even then thinking about, holy shit, I'm not the person who I want to be. I feel kind of like an imposter, really. I felt like, okay, she likes me, and she's said that to me, and she's really pretty, like really pretty. She's gorgeous, and I don't know, something feels off, really. I feel like I'm like lying to her or something. I'm not saying I've never told her like anything that is simply not true, but still, like, it feels off. I cannot even live in the moment because I'm always thinking like, holy shit, I'm not the person who I want to be. And this has happened several times in my life, and not exactly this, but I will tell you that I don't do much effort and I don't accomplish my goals, and then afterwards, when I have to inevitably look back at my life, like for example in Christmas or in New Year's, I feel terrible because I'm like, fuck, I'm not the person I want to be. And maybe I'm not the only one, but this really happens to me. This is a really big thing in my life, and it has happened several times already because I have disappointed myself throughout the last years, where I did realize that, hey, you can accomplish a lot, and I want to accomplish a lot, but I didn't. That is a short story that basically I've said fucking like 5 times in this channel. But yeah, what I wanted to say is that, take a look around. Take a look around your life, and you can do that every single night. That is literally what my last video was about. Take a look at your life. Like, sit down, no phone, no technology, nothing, and nothing visual. Like, turn off the lights and maybe turn on the AC if you have one, or turn on the fan, but just be without any distractions, visual or auditory or in any way. Just be there with your eyes closed or open, by yourself, in your bed. And you can also do this in, like, outside in nature. You can just like look around at the stars or the sky or the clouds or the trees, and just think like, okay, let's just think about everything that's going on, and what I'm doing, what I'm doing about it, because you do have a lot of influence over your life, even more than what you realize. Everybody has like a circle of control over the things that they can control and they cannot control. But the funny thing is, you can expand this circle. You can expand the things that you have control over. You have influence over things, not control. You don't have control over a lot of things, like for even your muscles, for example. You could say that, oh, you have control over your muscles because you can make them grow if you do exercise, but not necessarily. You don't have full control over anything, like not even your mind, which is the most controllable thing in every single person. And that's the key to life, though. But you do have influence in certain things. The thing is how much influence or how much control you have on the things in your life, and the thing you have most influence over is your mind. And coincidentally, it is from your mind that every single action is born. How you think, how you genuinely think, what you believe about yourself, what you believe about the world, what you believe about what's possible. That is what determines what you eventually do, and what you eventually do determines your behavior. Your behavior determines your habits, and your habits determines really just who you are, who you end up being. And who you are, whether that's driven or not, will determine whether you succeed or not. So every way in which you can succeed, everything you can accomplish, really just comes from a mentality change. It really just starts like right here. It is just you making one small switch here, and it's going to change everything. It's just a mental battle, because everything that prevents you from doing the things that you need to do to get to where you want is yourself. That's why they always say you versus you. You're the only one who's stopping yourself from doing those things. You could be unstoppable if you wanted to. You're the only one stopping yourself. Your priorities. If you prioritize your immediate urges, your immediate wants, like, oh, I want, like, I'm hungry, I want to eat some junk food, or oh, I'm bored, I want to scroll on my phone for 2 hours, or oh, I'm horny, so I'm gonna do the thing, or you prioritize your goals, you prioritize what you want in the end, what you eventually want, what you really want, what you want to accomplish, what you want to get out of life, and you do the things necessary to get there. Every single day, you obsess over it. It becomes your life. It consumes you completely. But you have to make that choice, because otherwise, you will only see the easiest path, and the easiest path is to just respond to the things that you want to do, and it makes sense, because that is literally the most gratifying thing you can do. Just answer to your urges, and this is a pleasure-driven world, and a pleasure-accessible world. Like, you can access any form of pleasure in the world, like whether it's food, whether it's entertainment, or whether it's the other thing. It is easier than ever nowadays, and that is probably one of the reasons why it is precisely one of the easiest times to be completely distracted and become a complete zombie. So, yeah. A lot of these videos are about things that I've learned, and things that I would say to myself, but that would also completely apply to somebody else who also had like big dreams and big aspirations, and would want to and wants to be so ambitious as to probably fucking change the world one day and become one of the greats in any way possible, right? And this is one of these things. This is actually the biggest of these things. Take a look at yourself and at your life, and take a look at what you're doing, at the choices that you've made, and the choices that you're constantly making. And I said this before, I've probably said this like 3 times, and I'll say it again. If somebody followed you and saw your every action for a week, would they believe that you're serious about your goals? Like, are you doing the things necessary to get to where you want? And really, all of this goes back to one simple question. Do you truly want it or not? Do you want to succeed or not? You have to want to succeed more than you want to get that pleasure. You have to want to succeed more than you want to reach over to that phone and scroll on TikTok for 2 hours. You have to succeed more than how much you want to just stay in bed and not do anything. You have to want to succeed much more than you want to grab that bag of Doritos. You have to want to succeed more than you want to give up. And giving up is everywhere. It is not just like completely giving out and not doing anything for the rest of your life and completely letting the possibility in your mind of everything that you wanted to die. It is not that. Giving up is something you do every single day. Every time you do something that you shouldn't do or something that wouldn't set you towards what you want, that is basically you giving up on your goals in a very small scale. But just like progress, time waste piles up. It piles up. But in an interesting way, because of course it ends up amounting to nothing. But that nothing it ends up amounting to is literally the worst thing ever, which is life waste, time waste, possibility waste. The thing that you most lose when you don't take life seriously is possibility. Let's say you have about $5,000 in your bank account. If you don't take good financial decisions, and if you don't focus on, let's say you're a business owner, and if you don't focus on your business, if you give up, you're not just going to lose $5,000. You're going to lose all the millions that you could have done by locking in. And this is a very, very simple way to put it. It's probably even a bad analogy, but it's just so I just want you to understand what I'm saying. The worst thing you lose is possibility. Like, for example, if I start eating junk food and completely stop doing exercise, which I don't do really, and I don't eat like super well either, I will get fat, and yeah, I will lose athleticism. But I will lose more than that. I would probably lose the possibility of becoming a fucking athlete, you know? To put it simply, the worst thing you can lose is possibility. And the terrible thing about it is that you don't realize that you're losing possibility until you completely lose it. Until that time comes when you're old and you say, holy fuck, I could have been something and I didn't do shit. I chose to be a bitch. And that right there is true failure. That is something that you have every day as an opportunity to avoid. That is something you know that you could avoid, but sometimes even consciously you're making the choice of giving up. You're consciously making the wrong choices because you let your own brain convince you that those things are okay and that your goals are probably not that important, or that doing those things are probably not that important. Oh, you can do it later, or you have time. It's lies, bro. So know this. Keep this in mind. Don't waste your life. Take a good look at yourself and realize that there are more than enough reasons for you to lock in. There are more than enough reasons for you to change. And you shouldn't give up. And when I say give up now, I mean fully give up. And the only way you can know if you still have a possibility of doing what you would have wanted to do is by doing your absolute best. And obviously this goes for young people, especially me. The only way of knowing if you can truly accomplish something that you want to accomplish, and this is for very unrealistic goals, is by doing your 100% best. By giving life your everything, by sacrificing every moment towards it, towards doing your 100% best in every single way. And it's really that simple. But it is as hard as you want it to be. Because you can choose to lose the battle or fight the battle of you arguing with yourself, should I do this or should I not do this? Should I focus on my goals or should I not focus on my goals? Should I give up or not? Or you can think to yourself, there is no battle because the choice is obvious enough. So I'm going to make the right choice. I'm going to lock in. It's that simple. It's really simple. But it's your conscious choice. And there are probably tons of mental exercises that you can do to change your perspective on it. Like, for example, looking at life and seeing that life is gonna, like, that time is gonna pass by anyway. So you might as well invest it into something that will last, into your goals, into your dreams, into your purpose, into your possibility. Lock in.